All right, I'm back. I plan on doing another one of these shows when the glare on my glasses is bad. I planned on doing one of these shows when the signing deadline was over. Um, Fortunately, with the new CBA and the slot bonuses, and you can't go over your slot or else you lose a draft pick, the Major League Baseball signing deadline not as exciting as it used to be. It's just not. I remember when we were just like hanging on the edge of our seats, like, is this guy gonna sign? Is this guy gonna sign? Is this guy gonna sign? The A's have signed all of their top 10 picks from the 2013 draft. They've signed Edwin Diaz out of the 15th round. Um, Exciting for a late round pick. The only pick remaining, the only two big names, semi big names in the draft that haven't signed yet, is AJ Vangus out of Stanford, and a Colo. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry, man. I'm butchering your last name. I apologize. Out of Hawaii, out of a Hawaii high school, which is interesting. No Hawaii high school has actually Hawaii high school prospects. Not that exciting. It's not known as him, but I really like the kid. The A's are about $470,000 under the cap, so maybe Vargas or a Cole will take that, but time will tell. Otherwise, all the big guys, Wall, Driver, all the tough signs actually signed. Some of them have been assigned to Vermont. Some of them have been assigned to the Arizona League. Exciting stuff. There'll be a Vermont game on minor league baseball TV in July, so I will check those out, and I'll let you guys know what you think. All three of you who watch my prospect reports. Because why would you watch my prospect reports? I'm not Keith Law. I'm not Baseball America. I'm not Kylie, whatever his name is. I'm not, I aspire to be those guys, but I'm not those guys. And that's why I do this. Because I aspire to be the guy that brings in the prospect goodness. Which brings us to our next A's topic. The Futures Game. The A's have two members of the Future Game, which is the max any team can have. We do have another slot for the fans voting in. One of the A's guys is in there. So the two guys that are going in the Futures Game for the A's are Addison Russell and Michael Ynoa. There's a name we haven't heard in a long time. But hey, he's finally healthy. So Addison Russell was last year's number one pick for the A's, picked 13th. Most scouts now are saying if he was redrafted, he might have even gone number one overall. I remember when that pick was made, and I'm like, what? Joey Gallo's still on the board? What are we doing? Why are we taking this guy? But it seems to be that the A's scouts knew more than me, which is probably why they're scouts. Most people in the know seem to think the A's got a steal. You look at his stat line right now, it's not amazing. He's hitting like 254 with 9 home runs at high A. He's also 19 years old in high A. Like, unlike Courtney Hawkins, who, the White Sox prospect that they put in high A, I think somewhat unwisely because he's just struggling like heck there. To be put in a high A your first full season of ball out of high school, and to at least show that you're competent and, not be embarrassed is pretty impressive. So definitely excited to see Addison Russell play. There's not a lot of California leagues on major games on MLB TV, so I haven't been able to see Addison Russell. Hopefully he'll play tonight. The Ports are playing the San Jose Giants tonight. So hopefully I'll get to see him on TV. I wish I had the money or live closer to these parks so I could kind of travel around and give you a better view of the prospects. Number 2. The other one is Michael Iona. Michael Iona was signed a long time ago, I want to say 2008, out of the Dominican Republic for $4 million, and he was the savior, the absolute savior of, the scouting reports internationally where nobody's ever seen a kid this young with this good of stuff. Well, after the A's signed him, he's basically been hurt the whole time. The A's put him on the 40-man roster this year in an aggressive move to protect him from the Rule 5 draft. The A's still really highly regard them. I don't know that anybody would have popped him in Rule 5 because he had less than 30 minor league innings or something like that. And it's really hard to keep a guy. If you're not familiar with the Rule 5 draft, if you do not sign a guy, if you take a guy in the Rule 5 draft, you have to keep him on the Major League roster the entire year, or you have to offer him back to the original team. So, what if a team took a gamble on you? You don't know, who knows. But he's been doing really good. A problem is he's on the 40-man now. Means he'll have to come up to the majors at some point, probably, because you can't just keep a guy on the 40-man in the minors forever. You run into option problems, and so that might relegate him to the bullpen. Is this the guy that we thought he was when the A's signed him in 2008? Is he this number one guy with just lights out stuff? Probably not. He probably becomes a bullpen guy or, a second or a number 2, maybe even a number 3 back of the rotation guy, which is still good value there. We'll have to see. Those are the 2 A's representatives in the futures game. Also, you can go and you can vote for Renato Nunez. I love this kid. This kid was also signed internationally for, I think, a few $1 million. Has really come into his own this year in Beloit. He always had tools. He was always a guy that the prospect watchers and the scouts said, keep an eye on this guy. He's going to put it together eventually. The tools are there. And this year he's really showing it for the Snappers, the low A affiliate of the A's in Beloit. 13 home runs, 280 batting average. Doesn't walk a whole lot. That's probably his only problem. He's walked 15 times all year in half a season. So he only has about a 325 on base. Like to see him walk a little more, especially once he gets up against pitchers who can actually throw the ball. When you get up into those higher levels of minors. But also a very interesting guy. You can obviously take a look at him. When you watch the futures game. As soon as I watch some more baseball, especially some more prospects, I'll be back. Go A's.